So it's built around the transporter. Do you think that this series is helped or hindered by having the transporter in it? Do you think they should have invented it yet?
Based on the stuff that we've talked about in previous episodes, I think it's a hindrance because it's there and because it clearly works.
It works, yeah. And
yeah, there's a lot of instances where we've been like, they have a transporter, why don't they use the transporter? And they never do. So having it there seems kind of redundant. They could have put, if they wanted to have it, they could have put some parameters on it where like it's not ready to transfer people yet or something. I don't know.
They kind of say that they're not ready to do that, or like the implication from Broken Bow onward is that they use it for just moving stuff around, and no, people don't generally go into it. The one time we've seen it screw up is when they beam up people from that planet with the flowers that's making them paranoid, and they beam the guy up and he's got like rocks stuck in him.
Oh right, yeah.
So there's that's the one downside to it. I think they shouldn't really have it at all. Or if they do have it, I would say that it can only be used to sort of move stuff within the ship, almost like they haven't perfected the art of beaming people up and down from places.
Sure.
The problem with it is that it opens up all the plot problems of why don't they just use the transporter to get out of this?
Exactly. Yeah.
You can avoid a lot of that, and I think it would be nice to just have it not be there. I almost feel like in Broken Bow they bring it up just as a kind of pilot thing to show you where they are technologically, and that they never really intended to use it after that. It's more just of like, look at this thing. This thing's crazy. I can't believe that we use this magic to transport things. But I wouldn't have done it. I don't think I would have included it yet. But once you get past that point, the transporter here just... I don't feel like they've almost established it enough to really establish Hoshi's fear of it in some ways. Like I kind of understand the point, but they don't really deal with the technology all that much, except for times when they have to use it. And as long as you're a main cast member, you seem fine when you use it. It's just, if you're not listed in the main credits, don't bother using this thing. And I just think that Hoshi's... I almost don't like... I almost like the episode less is more about the transporter, or more about the weird build-up that they do, because I think the show, for all of its really numerous storytelling flaws, does do hinting at something is weird pretty well. I really enjoy Hoshi just when she wants to sit down the first time, she says, "Can I sit here?" and no one responds to her, and it's just nice and subtle. It's like, did they either not? They obviously. It's obviously plot important because they don't have scenes like that in TV shows unless it's relevant. No one is ever not going to hear a character who has to repeat something. But it gives you just a nice, did they not really hear her? Or is something going on here that's strange? And they do that well. And at that point, what I think the episode's doing well is moving away from the transporter into something else, into some kind of mystery. I just think they don't score with that point because it comes back to the transporter, and I don't really care at that point.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily have to have established it more for someone to be afraid to use it, because I think they, people who watch Star Trek are aware of the transport. If you're if you're gonna have it on the show, people who watch Star Trek understand what the transporter does. So it's kind of a shorthand. You don't really need to explain it that much, and having it be so new, totally believable that someone would be afraid of it.